Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome back to Sam's Trains Live. It is another Sunday and I'm really excited to get started with another live stream. So welcome everybody, I hope you're all okay. Over here in the UK it is Mother's Day, so I'm going to start off before I forget by wishing any mothers that may be watching a very, very happy Mother's Day. And thank you for all you do for us in putting up with this hobby of ours. Those of you in America might be a bit confused. I think you have a Mother's Day on a different day, but here in the UK, it is today, so that explains that. Anyway, how are you all doing? It is nice to see so many of you here. I've already been looking at the chat. Lots coming up today. I have Elchipo returning, which I haven't done for a while, so that should be nice to have him back. And of course, I'm going to be doing lots of shout-outs. I'm going to be running your requests and having some trains run live as well today, so that should be a lot of fun. I am taking requests as always, so if you'd like to support the channel, you can donate £5 via the super chat icon. That's the little $sign down there. £5 and you can choose whatever loco and rolling stock you like, and that all goes in to help the channel continue to survive. So thank you so much for the support if you decide to do that. Today's request theme is going to be open wagons or mineral wagons, and I have this today. This is an all-new design of mine. This is it's a 16-ton mineral wagon, as you can see, and it also has an accessories bag so that you can put all the brake rigging onto it if you want to. Yep, all new design, and I'm going to give this to the person who comes up with the best request that has a sort of open wagon theme. So it's quite an easy one. All you have to do is include an open wagon, and I'll pick the most creative or the best or the nicest at the end of the stream. So see what you can come up with, and thank you so much for the support. And if there are any birthdays in the house, let me know in the super chat and I will give you that horrid birthday song if you really want. Anyway, how is everybody doing? It's been a good week since I saw you all last, so I hope you're all okay. Who is here? Santino Trains Production. Hello to you. I hope you're okay. Game Friends SK is saying hi Sam and Chloe. Sadly, Chloe is not with me today because she's with her mother this Mother's Day, as will I be after the stream. But yeah, she'll be back for the last episode next week. Yeah, it's the last one next week. It's a very, very... Yeah, it's a very quick series. It seems to have gone quite quickly, doesn't it? But still. Giga Chan says, neat. Well, thank you very much. Nice to see you here as well. What is Elchipo going to review, says Alex Dent. Well, I will leave that for Elchipo to explain in a little while. Sam, what's your favourite A4, says Jock Savard. I don't know. I think, obviously, my favourite would probably be Mallard. But my favourite one in terms of looks is probably a BR Blue one, so Golden Eagle maybe in the BR Blue. But my favourite has to be Mallard, I think, because it's just so famous, isn't it? I'm doing fine, thank you, David Hall. Like I say, Chloe's not in today, but she'll be back next week for the last episode. And by the way, thank you so much for all of the super chats that's come through already. I do have requests to do, so thank you so much if you've done those already. Beagleton says, I checked Hornby website the other day and the Ruston 88DS has now moved later. All right, later to expected autumn 2023. Autumn. Oh, that's a shame. Is that a 2020 range model? Yeah, it's taken its time, hasn't it, that one? Sodor Danderman, thank you so much for that super chat. You want to see a centenary packet, a 1-plank, 2-plank, 3-plank, and up to 8-plank wagon. Now, that is cool. Thank you, Sodor Danderman. Now, that's clever. Yep, you might be in the running with that one. That's very good. Let's have a look. Let's just hide that user from the channel. J Studios will not be placing comments on these live streams anymore. What's your favourite train, says Cariella. No, let's try again. Carica Marias. Marais. Sorry, I am so sorry. That's hard to say. Locomotive-wise, it's probably the Air Smooth Merchant Navy. But again, you can ask me this a different day and I might give you a different answer. That's generally my favourite, but I also really like the C1 from the Great Northern. I think that's a lovely one. Right, let's get some requests up and running then, shall we? So here are the ones that I'm going to be starting off with. Most of these are left over from last week. So we're starting with J&W Studios. I think this one's the one on the outside line. They wanted to see the purple A4, which I believe ran last week, which is interesting. So that one's become quite popular. Purple A4 with the red coronation coaches with Mark IIIs. So that's a strange one. Looks like some sort of steampunk, old-fashioned / modern HST or something. I don't know, but that's very cool. J&W, thank you. I've put them HST style, of course, because neither of those have front couplings, so that's that. Beaglington on Sea, very simply, on the inside line, wanted the Beatles Eurostar, so there that goes. And then NG5 had quite a specific one for the middle line. This was to see the Bachmann Henry, a box van, a tanker, 2 ocean wagons, a flat car, an egg van, the new Vix ferry van, and the Toad on the back. So quite a lot on old Henry's train here. Hopefully he will not derail, but you never know. Let's find out. Let's go with the top and tailer first. There goes Henry, and there goes the Eurostar. Hopefully that won't cause any problems either. Right, let's do a few shout-outs while these run, hopefully without issue. If I hear anything derail, I'll jump to it as quickly as I can. Jay the Cat, thank you so much. She says, Sam, for the challenge, I want you to run all of your steel wagons with a Class 37. Ah, that's a nice one as well. Thank you very much, Jay the Cat. And yep, steel wagons, that is a very fitting request. So I will certainly consider that for my new 3D printed steel wagon. I think there's probably been an issue. Yeah, I think it's the egg van that's come uncoupled there, as you can see. Oh, drat. Where is the ferry van then? I cannot see it. Where's it gone? Oh, it's there. It's round at the front. Okay. Well, I suppose I'd better rescue that, hadn't I? Yeah. Pull that off. So, I mean, I suppose the train succeeded for about 3 or 4 feet. And the Eurostar's derailed as well. Not surprised really, but it's annoying. Right, let's try again. Yeah, that Eurostar can be a bit of a pain, unfortunately. Let's try it again. Not a great start overall. Things going a little bit wrong, but I suppose that's fairly normal. Malcolm Loud, thank you very much. You'd like to see the green packet with every single ocean wagon and 3 Warwells with more open wagons on them. Blimey. Thank you, Malcolm. That's very creative. Yes, I do like the stackable requests, as you would say. I think that Eurostar's off again. I don't know why. That's super annoying, isn't it? I don't know. I guess I'll go and stop it. And then A2020 Vision, thank you very much to you. You wanted to say, oh, here we go, sent a proper message. Since it's technically mixed traffic, that's true, can we see the Merchant Navy class hauling an ocean of ocean wagons with an appropriate brake van? I do like it, yes. Ocean wagons. Making a comeback, in fact. Good old ocean wagons. Where's that loco gone? I'm trying to find it. I swear I heard it go past. Oh well, I guess I missed it. No, there it is. Thank you, Henry. Managed to dodge all of my cameras there. Alright, thank you very much. And XRCon42, thank you very much. He says, hi Sam, would you run the Bachmann Voyager with the tilting mechanism? Voyager, that's it. I think that came up last week and I was trying to remember... Oh, I've frozen again. Oh, I've gone over there. I was trying to remember what it was called. I think I called it a super sprinter. In fact, it might be on today's... Whoa, another glitch. That was weird. It might be on today's pre-recorded request. I can't remember what it was called. So when I can't, Voyager, that's the word I'm frantically searching for. Sam'sTrains. I don't remember your username being Sam'sTrains. Was it? Is that Eggy Eats old username? I don't know. Anyway, I like it. Hello Sam, could I have open wagons with the first letters on the lettering spelling open wagon? I wonder if I could do that. That's clever. I like that one. With a class 66 pushing, not pulling. Egg fans. I'll have to have a look, see if I can do that. There are quite a lot of these private owner wagons with different sort of lettering on the side. Can I have them spell egg van with the first letter of each? I am not sure. That's a good question. We'll have to see if I can do that. But on paper, in theory, that is very creative. So thank you, Egg. That's a pretty interesting one. Sam teleported, says 832BWH. I did. I don't know what happens with this camera because I always do a test stream before the main one in the morning and it never happens. I always try to sort of catch it at it and try and figure out what's wrong. It only actually happens when I'm doing the actual stream. And the test stream is exactly the same. I don't know why it happens. It's just my luck, isn't it? Shout out please, loud. CRS railway lines! There you go. I hope that was loud enough, and to everyone else, I apologise. JW Studios, there's a shout out to you. It's nice to see you here as always. George and Elliot's Loft. Sam, can we see your Flying Scotsman collection? That could be interesting. I don't know if I have that many. Maybe there's a handful. I could look at doing that in a video. If that's something you want to see, please let me know. Oh, Kelly, don't be silly, Kelly. She says, oh well, guess Sam's far too busy to see that. Well, I might have missed whatever you're referring to, Kelly, but I have not missed you. I've seen you. There you go. Welcome, Kelly. I hope you're okay. My ears, says Jane W. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to everybody else as well. Pegler, the man, 125. There you go. I guess that's an Alan Pegler reference. There's a shout out to you. Outshout, please, says Train Fan 591. Almost caught me out there, but there, outshout to you, no problem. Have Chloe help make 3D locos. That's a good idea, actually. Should I try and get Chloe to design something? Teach her how to use CAD, see what she comes up with? That could be interesting. Let's have a look. Jay the Cat, shout out. There's a shout out to you. You'll definitely be getting some shout outs later because I know there's some requests of yours coming up. We got Laserjet. Oh, it's congratulating me. Thank you, Laserjet, for getting to 134,000 subscribers. That is true. Looking down there, yeah, I guess I did reach 134. Well, thank you very much. So a minor milestone, I suppose, but one worth celebrating. Gosh, thank you very much. And Sodor Dandamant, there is a shout out to you. All right, so next up then, we have a bit of a guest who has not been present for a good long while. I don't remember when last he graced us with his presence, but it was some time ago. So please, everybody at home, put your hands together for the one, the only, the much missed but never forgotten Elchipo.
I search for cheap trains, sometimes I review. It's apparently Elchipo.
Thank you very much, Sam. Well, it would appear that I have been able to acquire a decent caboose in N scale before you, Sam, have been able to get one in HO scale. So I think it's really time you started to pull your socks up a little bit. Anyway, here is my caboose. This one came from AliExpress and it cost me £14.73. I didn't know whether this was particularly cheap or not, but apparently it turns out not. In fact, here in the UK, you can buy a brake van for £9.10. That's a Pico one, which makes this one not particularly cheap. In fact, it's some 50% more expensive than one of the British brake vans you can get. So I'm actually expecting quite a lot for my money here. So let's take a look at this. Let's see what the £15 N-scale caboose is actually like. So it turns out that this caboose is actually made by Model Power, who are a fairly well-known manufacturer, I think, and they mainly produce HO stuff, or it's mainly HO stuff that I've seen from them, and it's, oh, sorry, bit of moustache bother there. Yeah, it's mainly quite rubbish. So I'm expecting their N-scale range to be the polar opposite, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Oh wait, that's a lie. Anyway, on the back, here you go. Tells you how you can send them more money basically for more models, and yep, they are based in the USA. So why this was on AliExpress, I have no idea. They must be produced in China. Whether whoever sold this on AliExpress had permission from Model Power to sell this, I don't know. But let's pull it out, let's have a look. Alright, so there it is. I'll have a look at that in just a second. I just wonder if there is anything in the box in the way of, no there isn't. No instructions or anything like that. So we have the caboose. And yeah, it's fairly heavy, and if I shake it, there's something very loose inside it. That's strange, isn't it? In terms of wheels and couplings, we've just got plastic wheels on this. Oh, £15. I'd expect to have metal wheels on a £15 00 scale brake van, let alone a £15 N scale Caboose. But we do seem to have the proper N scale couplings, which are sprung. Let's have a closer look at the detail then. I wonder if I can get the body off this so that I can look inside it. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Here we go. Yeah, so there's just this weight which is supposed to be glued in, but it isn't. It's just kind of loose and shaking around inside. So yeah, fair enough. I'll try and put this back together if possible, and we'll have a bit of a look at the details. So there it is, up close and personal for you, the Model Power / AliExpress C&O, which stands for Camels and Onions, by the way, cheap little Caboose. And I suppose the $1 million, or the £15 question, is this thing worth £15? And the answer, rather obviously, is of course not. It's a very, very cheaply made thing, and in fact the only thing about it that isn't cheap is the price. So in that sense, I suppose it is a relatively conventional model railway item. But more seriously, yeah, it's nicely painted, I suppose. You can't really fault the paint. There's a little bit of silver overspray or whatever, but yeah, overall it looks absolutely fine. It really is just a plastic chassis with a plastic body on the top and a badly glued in, well, not at all glued in, weight on the inside. It does have some fair veranda detail, I suppose, although the ladders and all the other detail here is just a part of the chassis. The roof is relatively detailed. It's got all these separately fitted pieces on it. The sort of walkways are separately fitted, and this little chimney, I suppose, is a separately fitted piece, but there's nothing too fine about those. Bogies look absolutely fine, or at least they would if they had some metal wheels, but they don't. They're just cheap, nasty plastic. That's unfortunate. And there is a little bit of underframe detail. It's just moulded onto the chassis, but you know, at least it's there. It's better than not being there. Obviously there's no glazing or anything, and there's no interior detail. So at best this is worth, I don't know, £5 including postage. I wouldn't be buying this if I were you. Obviously I don't have any N-scale track, so I couldn't test this even if I wanted to, but of course I don't want to, so that's worked out fairly nicely. Thank you everybody, I'll see you soon.
I found the cheap train and I did review. It's apparently Elchipo.
Well, thank you very much for that, Elchipo. That's much appreciated. And there is a hidden detail that I forgot to mention. The listing also claimed that that Caboose was die-cast, and I think nice. I think the word nice was included in the listing, which is untrue, as is the fact that it was die-cast, because quite clearly it was plastic. So all in all, a horrible, nasty brake van / Caboose that was not die-cast and certainly not worth the high price that I paid for it. So Elchipo, you've completely failed there. If I'm ever to let you back on this show again, you will have to do better. Find something that's actually cheap, please. Honestly, it's like I'm made of money or something. I don't know. Anyway, what do you lot think about that? I wasn't really looking at the chat during that because I was putting some more trains on. Saul Trattles says, petition to nickname this the cheese and onion brake van. I like that one. Yeah, it does look a bit cheese and oniony, doesn't it? Let's see. Hi Sam again. Oliver the train spotter, hi to you as well. Paul S, thank you very much. Hi Sam, can you run the O-gauge Dapol Sentinel with some Dapol O-gauge open wagons? Not done that for a while. With the egg vans inside them, the turbot wagon and a brake van. Yes, I can do that, no problem. Thank you very much, Paul S. I appreciate the support there. Daniel Ramirez, there is a shout out to you, no problem. Malcolm Loud says, I'd buy it. Fair enough. If you could find it for a better price, presumably. I wouldn't recommend spending £15 on it. That's Elchipo for you, Sam. That's true, Alex. That is true. Yeah, he's a bodger, isn't he? Always count on Elchipo to mess things up. El Chapo says the Do It collection. Who said that? Do you have any American steam trains? Says Austin G 333 Bricks. Yes, I do. I have quite a few of them. Not in N scale. I don't have very much in N scale. I've got one American diesel in N scale, and that's all. I can't run it because I haven't got any track. But one day I will build some, and then I'll be able to try it out. Al's Yard, thank you so much. We just started, and I already have great moments to upload to the the Out of Context. Oh, I see. Thank you very much then. This is our friend Out of Context. Really, I won't ask you what they would be. Maybe something from Elchipo, I guess. Could you run a D-Class with SECR coaches, preferably on a pre-recorded run? Okay, yep, I can do that. Thank you very much, Al. And yeah, thank you to all of the requesters. If I don't get time to do yours today, they won't get missed off. I'll just do them next week. So yeah, stay tuned and you'll see them all, hopefully. J&W Studios, thank you so much. For today's challenge, could you do the Grey Peckit? Oh, I like that Grey Peckit. With your ocean wagons. The ocean wagons are back in full force. Did people forget about those? Fecal. I think I said fecal instead of people. Sorry, that's probably offensive. But yeah, did people forget about those? Because suddenly we've had one mention of them and now everybody's asking for them. Well, I'm glad. Those ocean wagons, they are legendary. On top of more ocean wagons. Okay. Well, I'll try. I don't know if I've ever tried that before, ocean wagons on ocean wagons. But it's certainly interesting. So thank you for that. I'll try, see how we get on. Train World has a Lionel HO Caboose, I guess, on sale, but I suspect you'll get what you pay for with them. Yes, possibly. To tell you the truth, I've already bought one. Haven't unboxed it yet, haven't filmed the review, but yes, it was certainly very cheap, incredibly so, and I have no idea what to expect, but probably won't be very much. And Normal Jungle 272, Elchipo can't even afford a mustache. Now, that is shaming. Can't say stuff like that these days, Normal Jungle. But that's true, yes. I'll have to have a word with him. A bit of grooming would not do amiss for that sort of train track mustache he's got going on. Anyway, let's have another run with some trains, because we have Jay the Cat, who wanted to see 2 Bachmann 4MT 460s with 8 Mark 1s. Well, I don't have 2 Bachmann ones. I've got a Hornby and a Bachmann one, and from a distance, I guess you might not tell the difference. So hopefully that's okay for you, Jay the Cat. Malcolm Loud, now this is a weird one on the outside line here, wanted to see Mallard with some teak coaches. So far, so good. But the bit you probably can't see here is the dynamometer car, but not the dynamometer car, rather a picture of the dynamometer car, which has been printed out and stuck onto a low loader. I've put it onto a what's it called now? A Warwell. Mr. Warwell forgot the name of a Warwell. Anyway, so yeah, you'll see that when it goes past. And then on the inside line, we have Beaglington on C, who wanted a very interesting combination. That is the Class 37 and the 08 Shunter with a load of private owner wagons and towed on the back. And this is for their partner for Mother's Day, also from the kids as well. So that's a very nice one. Happy Mother's Day to the partner of Beaglington on Sea. Hope you're having a nice day. And let's get these started. I'm not sure how this fake dynamometer is going to get on. I suspect it might be in danger of colliding with the footbridge. So I think that's the one to watch. 37 there is going to be struggling big time because that 08 is obviously very slow. So, yes, it's probably going to... Oh, why have I gone so slow with Mallard? If there's going to be a crash, it might as well happen at speed. Here we go. Oh, gosh. Right, is it going to make it under the footbridge? What do you think? I think it might. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it will. Oh, no, it survived. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Don't want to miss any of these. We have an NG5 request. Thank you very much, NG5. You want to see the W1 with the LMS 10,000. They are quite a common pairing on these requests, so thank you for that one. A Great Western equivalent prototype with company rolling stock on 3 separate lines. Oh, okay, we can try that. Normally, I'll probably have to try and combine them onto one line, because I'll have other people's requests to do. But yeah, thank you very much for that. I will give it a go. Sideways 66779, thank you so much. Hi Sam, how are you? I am okay, thank you. I hope you are as well, having a nice weekend. Can you run the Class 68 on the Transpennine with Intercity Swallow and 125 coaches, please? Yes, I certainly can. Thank you very much. All right, let's have a look at this 37 and the 08 combo, because the 08's wheels are going around really, really slowly. Oh, no, they're not. They were. Well, I suppose they are a little bit. It's kind of doing the moonwalk, if you will, which is quite interesting, isn't it? And I can hear that dynamometer drawing sort of sliding its way under that bookcase every time, so that's a bit worrying. But it seems to be okay. I suppose the piece of paper's not strong enough to derail the wall well, so that's good. I'm glad I've got the heavy Hattons one on there. If I put it on the Oxford one, it might have been light enough to knock it off. MLP TNF, sorry, I got one of your letters wrong. Request LNER Flying Scotsman with all open wagons. All of them. Blimey. That's a lot. I'll see what I can do, see if she can manage a lot of them. Thank you very much. I appreciate that request. Much appreciated there. Kelly Ashford Trains. This is a revelation. So, I asked Sam if he could trip over the Great Western gunpowder van and cause a loud explosion. He agreed. I did agree. That's true. I might regret it, but I certainly did agree. So we shall have to see what happens, Kelly. We shall have to see if it occurs during today's stream. We shall see. XRCon42, thank you very much for your request. You'd like to see the Fell and the GT3, both of the KR models locos, with one brake van of each company and livery. That could be interesting. Yeah, thank you very much. I will see how that goes. Much appreciated, XRCon42. Thank you for the support. All right, well, let's see about bringing these to a stop then. Whoa. There we go. Let's whip this troublesome Warwell off before it does itself an injury. There we go. That's an interesting one though. I did like that. Now while we wait for the 37 train, which is going quite slowly because of the 08, I will whip off these two standard 4s. And I apologise to whoever's super chat I've just missed. I will come and read it in a second. Here we go. Almost here with the two slow locos. Not far away. There we go. Well done, 37. I'll tell you what, that Bachmann 37, not done bad there, has it? Struggling along, hauling that very slow 08. I'm quite impressed with that. So thank you very much for those. We've got another explosive request coming up by the looks of things. Jay the Cat says, please could you blow up Toad the brake van with a gunpowder van? Wow. We might have to age restrict to that live stream next week. We see bits of Toad blowing all over the railway. I suppose if there's any youngsters watching, might be a little bit disturbing, but I'll see what happens. I'll give it a try. Right, folks, well, I'm going to go ahead and set up some more trains to run. So I'm going to go for a short break just for a few minutes. So go ahead and grab yourself some refreshments or something, and I'll be back in just a tick. So don't go anywhere. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back, folks, to Sam's Trains Live. Everything is sorted. Oh, the camera's working. What a novel experience. Anyway, I hope you're okay. If you've only just joined, welcome back. Let's see how everybody's doing. If you want a shout out, jump in the chat and I will do my best to get to you. If you've only just joined, don't forget I've got one of these open wagons. It's a new design that I'm going to be releasing to members next month. But you can get one early if you submit the most interesting requests or the best request featuring some sort of open wagon. I've had lots of really interesting and intriguing ideas so far. So see if you can do better, and you might end up going home with one of these. And I've also got an accessories bag so that you can detail it up. But there you go. Yeah, nice to have some more 3D printed products coming up. And spoiler alert, there is going to be another product launch from Sam's Trains on Wednesday. I won't give too much away on what's in store, but it's quite exciting, and you're not going to want to miss it because there's some really interesting items. I'm not going to give too much away. Let's just say Uncle Fredrickson has returned, and things are getting a little more crazy than last time, and hopefully you'll enjoy seeing what he has in store. But yes, stay tuned for Uncle Fredrickson. Anyway, let's do those shout outs. Let's see if anybody wants one. Yeah, Lil Bro 28, please can I have an early birthday shout out? Yes, you certainly can. Happy birthday for whenever it is. I hope you have a nice time. Horsewood Trains, hi to you too. I hope you're okay. Levi Darling, hee hee. Boy, I tell you, Sam is one of the best train YouTubers in the entire YouTube universe. Blimey, that's quite an accolade. Thank you for that. And yes, Sam, I'd love a shout out and to be a member. Well, no problem, Levi. There's a shout out to you. Thank you very much for your kind words. And if you want to join, you can do. Become a member. Do you have any advice on painting locomotives, the art of ash? Yeah, I mean, I would say try an airbrush, because you really can't beat an airbrush for getting a nice smooth finish. You can always tell when someone's painted a model with a paintbrush if they're a beginner, because you can always see the brush strokes. I'm useless with a paintbrush, and yet I can get a beautiful smooth finish with an airbrush, and they're not that expensive, so that's a tip. Another tip is to try some Autotech filler primer, particularly good for 3D printed projects, because that will give you a nice smooth surface. It will fill in any of the imperfections. You can sand it down quite easily to get a smoother finish, and that gives you a great base for whatever paint you're going to use. But ultimately, I'm not much of a decoration expert. I've done a fair few projects, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly great at it or anything. So if you really want some proper advice, look it up online, see what people have got to say, and ultimately just give it a go. You will only get better the more you try and experiment. So good luck. I hope you can paint some stuff. May I have a shout out? Says Gage Blamire? I don't know. Yeah, I can try. I don't know if I actually said your name or not, but I tried to. So there you go, an attempted shout out. Thank you, Levi. Appreciate it. That's very kind. Dylan says, what do you think about 440s? I love them. I think it's possibly my favourite wheel configuration. Yeah, I really do like 440s. HB, the little green engine, sorry I'm late, I slept in. Well, it's a Sunday. You're completely allowed to sleep in, that is fine. But don't apologise for being late either. I'm glad to see you here at all. Can you get the Grid BR Scotsman? The Grid? Do you mean the new one maybe? Green maybe? I don't know. I might do. That new one from Marklin though, it's a little expensive for me, I've got to say. But we'll see. If it turns out they're really, really good, I might give it a go. Oh, Jack, thank you very much. This is either going to be interesting or a terrible crash, or maybe both. Could you run your 3 biggest steam engines with one on one end, one on the other end, and one in the middle of a rake of open wagons? Thank you very much, Jack. We will see how that turns out. I'll give it a try. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support, Jack. Right, let's try some more trains then that hopefully will not derail horribly. So on the outside line, we have a request from Chris Hart. Thank you very much, Chris. You wanted to see Mallard with the Hush Hush, HST style with a dynamite wagon. I don't know if you meant dynamometer, maybe, but it came across as dynamite. So I've put one of the sort of gunpowder ones, I guess that will do, with some teaks. So hopefully that's okay. Then George Botterini wanted to see the Evening Star with some passenger cars, so I've got that set up on the middle line for George. And then William Town wanted to see, oh, I've forgotten something here, the rebuilt Merchant Navy. No, I've not done very well at all here, because that's not a rebuilt Merchant Navy. And he also wanted to see a Class 68 on the back, which I haven't done either. So let's just fix that. We do need the unrebuilt Merchant Navy in just a moment, but not right now. So we can bring that back in just a moment for the fans of that. But for now, we need a rebuilt one. I'm getting confused now. Yes, so this is the rebuilt one. As you can see, this is Canadian Pacific, one of my favourites. And now we just need a Class 68, which I have got ready. Here it is, on the back. And that will hopefully be more correct. Sorry about that, William Town. That was pure shoddiness. Oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, I forgot. The detailing catches on the bogey movement, doesn't it? Okay, fair enough. Let's see if we can get it on the track though. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That's it. Right, let's try. I'm not really sure how these two locos are going to be matched on speed, so I think it's just going to be best to try, see what happens. So there's the double header. 9F should be okay. Let's see who wants to go first with this. Alright, let's see. Bit nervous about that one. Don't know why. Probably going to be absolutely fine, but you just never know. This double header looks alright though. No, not double header. Topping and tailing. Oh, I see. Sam's motherly intuition here on his trains. Just knew something would go strangely wrong with that. I'm not entirely sure what has gone wrong with it. It's stuck fast. The entire train is stuck. It's got to be something to do with that 68 then, hasn't it? Something very badly wrong here. Oh. Go on, 68, chase it. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's that irritating dapple coupling again. It's going to be trying to chase the train. Yeah, it was getting caught on things. Well, it's probably just going to stop dead again then, isn't it? But we'll see. It's supposed to be... Oh, it's... Oh. I think it just contacted that Pullman on a curve, and now it's probably derailed it. Yeah, it has. The passengers are dead. Apologies. Right, one Pullman off. Let's see if it can catch the rest. We'll get it down to the straight at the front, and then I might be able to put it back on. Honestly, it's that coupling, it's just, it droops down too much. It catches on things. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. It seems to work under tension, doesn't it? But not pushing. Yeah, because it's the coupling is just passing underneath it. So when it's being compressed like this, they're just buffer locking. So I suppose the solution would be just to go the other way. Let's try it. Let's do another lap. How's everything else doing? Yeah, everything else seems to be fine. Just this this hot mess here. Might be okay in this direction though, if I keep my fingers crossed. It's not going too fast, so it should be fairly steady. Look at that, that's such a nice evening star. Especially now that it's got a better motor in it that I put in. Beautiful, beautiful run of that one. Right, well that's most of the lap finished. Seems to be fine now. If only I'd have just set it off in the other direction, it would have been so much better. Right, never mind. Cool, thank you very much for those everybody. Let's bring these to a stop. I'm not going to attempt another lap with this, because I think I'm pushing my luck already, frankly. There we are, pull that off. Now I'm going to take the 68 off before I kick it off through frustration. Not really, although maybe I will. And that one can stop. I'll pull this loco off as well, because I do need the Pullmans next time. And I'll run some more trains for you in just a second. I don't have any Wall of Fame pictures to show today, but if you want to set... Oh, in fact, I do. I'll have one, but it came through too late, and I haven't had a chance to print that one off yet. But if you would like to send me a picture or some artwork or some shots of your locos or your layout or something, you can just email it to me at samstrains@outlook.com. My email address is in the description, and I'll print it off, I'll show it on one of these live streams, and then I'll put it up on the wall. I'll have to do an update on the wall of train at some point, because there's loads on this wall behind the camera, which you probably haven't seen for ages. I would say it's probably getting to the halfway mark now. So we've got this wall behind me, which is totally full, right across the room, and then on this side we've got pretty much the same thing. It's absolutely amazing. It's just so crazy to see so many people's lives and trains and days out all in one sort of place. It's amazing. So yeah, we might have to do that on Instagram. Chloe, if you're watching, there's an Instagram idea. Let's show off the wall of train. So yeah, that's awesome. If you want to be a part of that, just send me an email with your artwork. As long as you created it yourself, it doesn't matter. It can be hand drawn, it can be a photo. I'll show it on a live stream. So there we go. Right, we have David Mattox. Thank you so much, David Mattox. 2 requests this time. All right, the Sonic A5 pulling Great Northern Genesis coaches. Now that's a lovely request. I love that A5. And then the second one is for the challenge, apparently. The Walthers GP9 pushing, in capital letters, a rake of ocean wagons, as I know the couplings are incompatible. So I guess we're just going to try it and see what happens then. All right, we'll see. Probably a derailment, but you never know until you try. Jaybird167, hey Sam, what is your preference on slippers? I rather like pavers slippers, because with the cheaper ones, I find that the soles, the inner soles, they sort of work themselves loose, and you have to sort of glue them back in, and then they're not comfortable because there's blobs of glue underneath. The pavers ones, even though I've washed them in the washing machine and taken out the soles in the process, they don't seem to move around. Once you put the soles in, they stay there. So the slippers last a lot longer. My current slippers, which I haven't got on at the moment, but I do have them on every other day, are nearly a year old, and that's quite a record for my slippers. They're normally sort of 9-month jobs. Well, these are nearly 12 months old, and they are still in perfect condition. So, yeah, non-sponsored, but Pavers, very good slippers. I like them a lot. Anyway, we've got some requests left over from last week, and one of them, which you'll see at the end of this clip to follow, is quite dramatic, and Kelly Ashford is responsible for it. I probably don't need to say much more. You could probably guess quite easily what's involved, but stay tuned and if you'd like to see it. So here it comes, last week's lovely requests. Well, most of them are. The first request comes from XRCun42, who's picked out a nice TTS Sound loco for us. This is Maud, lovely NBR 06010 loco, with a pre-grouping coach from each company. So I've got an SECR one, Great Western, Great Northern, and also an LNWR, yeah, one at the back there. So thank you very much, XRCun42, very nice request there, and creative use of all of the Genesis coaches that we have the benefit of now. So thank you very much. Sodor Dan Demand, this is an interesting one. We wanted to see an HST style lion and tiger. So we've got lion at the front, tiger at the back, with a couple of egg vans and the Uncle Fredrickson train. So we've got some of the balancing coaches in the middle there. That has to be possibly the weirdest train that has ever run on one of these live streams. Tuning in for the first time to Sam's Trains and seeing that, you'd be very, very confused. So thank you for that, Sodor Dandaman. I very much consider that a good thing. And then we've got another weird one on the inside line from Deej GW, who wanted to see a purple A4 with some Genesis coaches, another A4 HST style, so I've done that, and they also wanted a random egg van in there as well, so I've popped that in the middle, nice random egg van. And yeah, that's a very interesting, yet again, combination. So to XRCon42, Sodor Dandaman and Deej GW, thank you so much for those very, very creative requests. All three very much outside the box there. Up next, we've got another TTS Sound loco, this time from Mega Train Lover, who wanted to see the TTS Castle class, that's the Earl of St. Germans, with a Pullman train. And I've got this going really nice and calmly. Maybe there's a dining experience going on or something. But yeah, I love that one. Thank you very much, Mega Train Lover. Lovely to see the castle going. This is the first time I've run it on my new controller, which is awesome. Up next, Roosters Air Force wanted to see Mallard in the Garter Blue with the dynamometer car, always love an excuse to run that thing, and 6 teaks behind it. Yeah, the Hornby teaks I've got, not a patch really, are they, on the LNER dynamometer from Rapido, but still, nice to see the whole train together, I suppose, even if I could do with some better teaks. But still, beggars can't be choosers. Thank you so much, Roosters Air Force. Did I say Roosters before? It is Roosters, I believe. And then here's another one from Sodor Dandaman. We've got 3 streamlined locos, or I guess one of them's air smoothed. But either way, we've got a bullied loco, an LMS Coronation, a Great Western coach, just the one, and an LNER A4. So we've got the purple one back. 3 locomotives, 1 coach. I don't know what they're hauling in that coach, but it must be very, very heavy. Maybe there's a lot of lead in there or something. I don't know. But either way, thank you very much, Sodor Dandaman, Roosters Air Force, not Roosters, and Mega Train Lover. Bless you all for your very kind support. Up next, we have a request from Jay the Cat, who wanted to see the blue streamlined Merchant Navy, which is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, the Air Smooth BR Blue, absolutely fantastic. Jay wanted 8 Pullmans. I tried this with 8, but the damn coupling on the back of the tender was popping out under the load. So I ended up taking a few of those off. We've just got 4 or 5 on there now, but hopefully that's okay. A very, very elegant combination as well. Thank you so much, Jay the Cat. And then Sodor Dandaman, this was a very creative request. You wanted to see the Pendolino. I don't have one of those, but I've got the, what is it? Is it a Super Sprinter? No, I forget now. It's similar to a Pendolino with a 125 power car on the other end and some teaks. That 125 power car's doing all the work, so it's struggling a little bit, but yeah, it seems to be okay. So thank you, Sodor Dandaman and Jay the Cat. The last request comes from Kelly, who wanted me to trip over a Great Western gunpowder van and cause an explosion. Now that's an interesting request. Oh my word, look! Somebody's left a Great Western gunpowder van on the ground, and I bet it's absolutely full of highly explosive gunpowder. I better not forget it's there, because I might come over and trip. Oh no! Ah! I feel like one of these days I'm going to have an uncontrollable blaze in this loft, and I'm not going to be able to put it out. Fortunately, that hasn't happened so far, but it does worry me. So please, the people that keep wanting to see things blow up, please be careful. Don't forget, I am stuck in this loft if anything goes wrong. But yeah, whoever left that Great Western wagon there, and I think it might have been Kelly, I got your number, Kelly. I'm watching. Anyway, enough of the idle threats. Let's have some more trains running, because frankly things are getting a little bit bizarre around here, and that is saying something, isn't it? So we have quite the request here. We have, on the inside line, we'll start with, we have Williamtown, who wanted to see, no, it wasn't Williamtown, it was XR 42, who wanted to see a Merchant Navy, a Battle of Britain and a West Country with Pullmans. The order for those three locos have just been governed basically by which ones have couplings. I didn't realise that Tangmere here had a front NEM pocket. I thought it was just a hole in the front of the bogie, but no, it did seem to accept a coupling into it anyway, even if it was a hole. So we'll see if that works. On the middle line, as you can see, we've got a 43XX Mogul, and this was requested by TJS. I think it was S or 5, I'm not sure. And it's for Stuart anyway. There you go, we'll just use his name, Stuart. With some Great Western coaches, so that's no problem at all. And then we have Mega Train Lover, who wanted to see a 4F, so I've got the Railway Children 4F there, sorry about that, Mega Train Lover, with mixed goods, random wagons, they said, up to, well, exactly 15. So I've got 14 wagons and a brake van. We've got towed back on the outside line there. So let's hope all this works. I think the one to watch might be the triple header, because that's quite a lot of locomotive at play there, isn't it? So hopefully everything will be fine. I'm not sure which locos are fastest. It's not the one at the front, that's for sure. Something's gone wrong already. Let's back up. Now, did I just not put it on right, or is it going to be too poorly matched in speed? I don't know. But it's not looking good. Immediate derailment on the first curve. Don't know. Let's try again. Yeah, I think what's happening is the other engines. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I think this loco in the middle, which it has to sort of be in the middle because of its couplings, I think it's quite a lot faster than the others. Let's try one more time. Gonna be alright? Well, it got onto the first curve this time. Something's gone wrong on the outside line, not sure quite what. Let's just stop dead, okay. Oh no, and the train has disconnected. We have, oh wow, that's crazy. So one of the NEM couplings here has dropped off one of these wagons, and it's gone and got itself stuck between the sleepers, and it's absolutely stopped the train. That's unbelievable. Right, let's try and put that. Well, let's see. Alright, we might have to downgrade to 14 wagons on here. Sorry about that. I don't want to let this go because it's going to... There we go. How annoying. That's very strange. Yeah, coupling just dropped out and it just jammed the train. That's very strange. It's one of those things that you could try and do 50 times and it will never happen again. It's very odd. Anyway, let's try and get these letters right. For L... I got it wrong straight away. I said L. It starts with M. M, L, P, T and F. There we go. Thank you so much for the support. Request, Flying Scotsman and a Black 5. Two classic locos there. I like that. Double heading with 25 open wagons and a brake van with Bachman Edward as a banker. Oh, that's quite the interesting one. Thank you very much. And I've just noticed that in all the confusion with the coupling dropping out, the triple header has been absolutely fine. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe if something's causing trouble, I should just completely ignore it. Just say, sod off. If you derail, you're going in the bin. If not, fine. Because look, they're absolutely fine. And there was a million problems when I tried to start those, and now it seems to be just fine. So, go figure. I don't know. Let's follow them though, because no doubt something's going to go wrong. Imagine if Toad went flying down Gordon's Hill, busy going backwards reference. Oh yeah, it was close. If that hadn't have got jammed up, it probably would have gone shooting back down there. Not sure how free-rolling that backman Toad is, but it probably would. I'll have to see if I can recreate that at some point. Anyway, while everything seems to be working, let me go through and thank everybody's super chattings for today. And I've also got to choose the best request, featuring some open wagons or mineral wagons. I've got some ideas, but there's still quite a lot to choose from, so I'm going to have a look as I go. And thank you to all of these people. So to Robert Sparks, who sent in a very generous super chat before the stream started, bless you, thank you very, very much. Beaglington on C, thank you for your request. TGS, there we go, it was an S, not a 5. Got to get these usernames right. XRCon42, George Botterini, William Town, Mega Train Lover, Sodor Dandaman, Jay the Cat, Malcolm Loud, thank you very much. A2020 Vision, XRCon42 again, Eggs Trains, still love that username, Moose A054, I think I missed that one, sorry about that, Moose, but oh my god, hi Sam, hello to you, it is so fine to meet such a jolly moose on a Sunday afternoon, thank you very much for dropping by. Tagart00, I think I missed this one, thank you Tagart. Could you run a special for Kelly, as she now has 500 subscribers? Kelly, that is amazing. Well done you. The first 500 are by far the hardest to get, so you've achieved something there, Kelly. But yes, we can. Kelly, let me know what you'd like in your special. Send me an email or something, or if not, I'll pick something for you, and I'll run that for you next week. And thank you, Tagart00, that's a very nice idea. And very, very fitting as well. We should honour Kelly on her 500th subscriber, and I'm very proud to be one of them as well. NG5, could you run a set that Elchipo would approve of? Okay, yep, I can think of the perfect one there. Thank you, NG5. Paul S, thank you very much for yours. Alsgard, again, thank you very much for all you do on Out of Context. It's always a great laugh. Me and Chloe absolutely love it. JW Studios, thank you for yours. I like your request as well. That's a good contender for the mineral wagon. A2020 Vision, thank you to you. William Town, he found the cheap trains and he did review. Yes, he did. He certainly did. NG5, thank you to you. Sideways 66779. I'm gonna get these letters right now. LMP TNF. Oh, blimey. You see, you just have to bark it out and it works. There we go. Same as the triple header really, which is still fine. How annoying. Well, it's not annoying, it's good. XRCon42, Jay the Cat, Neil F. Wise, I think I might have missed this one. Hi Sam, could you run the 8F with a rake of open wagons and a Mark 1 brake coach or a towed van? Love the channel, keep it up. Thank you so much Neil for the support, and yes, I will totally do that for you next week. Appreciate that. We've got Jack with 2Ks, thank you very much for yours. We'll see how that goes next week. David Mattox as well, and another big shout out to MLPTNF. Thank you so much for all of your support today. That has been amazing. Right, I need to now pick a favourite. What do I think is the best? So let's have another look. I can't see what I'm typing here. I think my favourite would be one of the ones with ocean wagons. So I'm just going to do a search for ocean wagons until I find it. Let's have a look. Which one was it? Was it A2020? No, I don't think so. Malcolm Loud, was it maybe? No, maybe it wasn't one with ocean wagons. There was one that I really liked. It was from early on, I think. Bear with me, I'll find it. Hang on. It's normally quite easy to choose, you know, but this time it's quite a tricky one. I think it was this one. I think we'll give it to Sodor Dandaman this time, because they wanted a 1 plank, 2 plank, 3 plank, 4 plank, 5 plank, 6 plank, 7 plank and 8 plank wagon with a Queen Mary brake van at the back, hauled by a couple of Peckets. I'm not sure if Sodor Dandaman's already won one. I tried to give it to someone who hasn't, but I do think that is my favourite from today. So yeah, that is the decision. Thank you so much for the support, Sodor Dandaman, and if you would email me with your delivery address, I will get that mineral wagon sent off to you. And to last week's winner, I haven't had a chance to get to the post office this week, so yours hasn't gone yet, so don't worry, it's not missing or anything. It will be sent off as soon as possible. So yes, apologies for that. Thank you for your patience. Anyway, I've got quite a few bits coming up next week. I've got a major product launch coming on Wednesday. There's, I think, 4 new products, whatever you want to call them, launching. Really excited about all of them. The Uncle Fredrickson range has had a real facelift, and you're about to see all on Wednesday, so tune in for that. I don't know, but they might sell out quite quickly, so if you're possibly interested, well, you don't know what they are yet, yeah, but if you might be interested, then check it out on Wednesday, and yeah, see what you think. And then on Saturday, I've got some more new models from Dapple to look at. At the moment, I haven't filmed that review yet, so that is yet to come, but I'm really looking forward to that. See if you can guess what that would be. For now, though, I think that will just about do it for this instalment of Sam's Trains Live. Thank you all so much for coming in to join. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And next week, oh, a bit high. Let's get my leg out from under me. That's probably why. There we go. Yeah, next week will be the very final episode of this series. So again, crazy how quickly these go. But yeah, we are almost at the end of another series. But we've still got 1 episode left, so tune in for that next Sunday at 2 PM if you like. For now, though, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you very, very soon for another live stream. All right, cheers, folks. Have a great Sunday and happy Mother's Day as well. Cheers, folks. Take care. Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very, very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support, folks, and take care of yourselves.